Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 934. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's up, everybody?
All right, so tell me about this Kong situation.
Oh, no, I was just talking before. I was thinking, I was waiting for a meeting to start today for my internship, and I was looking at some of the stuff because I had time before the meeting started. So
Right.
I was looking at some of the stuff that I've been hearing so far from like reviews and whatnot, and I mean, thus far, it's generally positive stuff.
Okay.
The main complaints that I've been hearing are generally have to do with the main characters, specifically Tom Hiddleston's character and Brie Larson's characters. They said that they're well acted. They said that there's no bad acting in this movie, but the issue that a lot of people are citing is that those two characters are just not very well fleshed out.
So they're hollow characters.
Not necessarily hollow. It's just that their motivation is questionable. Which I'm calling foul. I mean, obviously, I haven't seen the movie yet,
Right.
but I'm calling foul on Tom Hiddleston's character's motivation. We see why he's there in the trailer. I mean, they paid him.
Right.
So, what's the problem?
I mean, he's sort of like a Han Solo, pay me now here and then pay me the rest.
Yeah. I mean, me personally, I don't need this long backstory, he's had history with Skull Island. It's like
Right.
they paid him. He's there. He's trying to get off the island.
Right.
It's you're not going to win any awards for this character, but so what? But
yeah.
I haven't seen the movie yet, so I can't say anything like that. Again, everything I've seen has been generally positive.
Okay.
The problem that I'm seeing here, it came with two very popular YouTube reviewers.
Okay.
Who I don't want to say they ripped it to shreds because they didn't give it a failing grade.
Right.
But they did not make it sound good at all.
So is that what our society has come down to when it comes to the movies, is that YouTube has more of a presence and a power to control, like people basically, instead of like back in the day, we would look at the movies with Gene Siskel and Roger Ebert. Now, instead of all these news, reviews, critics, they go to YouTube and basically their mind is made up or somewhat made up from these YouTubers. Is that what's happening now? Probably.
Not with everybody, but with certain people, yes. Because
okay.
I went into the comment sections of a lot of these videos. Of two of these, there were 3 reviews that I've seen from YouTubers, and one of them I have to explain because one of them is it's a really weird kind of paradox. But basically, with one of them, I saw a lot of comments saying, "Oh, I might not go see it now. Oh, I wasn't expecting this. I thought it would be better." The other thing I saw a lot was, I'm waiting for the other guy to review it to see what he says. Right? Then when his review came out, there were people like, "Well, that's it. I'm not going to see it."
Oh, crap.
Now, the one I was talking about before that's like the weird kind of paradox came from Collider. Now, Collider, they review movies every now and then.
Yeah.
They've been doing it more so recently. I've seen 4 reviews from that site. 2 of them liked it. 2 of them didn't.
Okay.
One of the people that didn't like it gave it a C, which is not failing, but they said it has a lot of problems. The other person I saw gave it a 5.5 out of 10.
Right.
The other 2, one of them gave it a 7.7 out of 10, and the other one said it was like a B on an A to F scale. It was a high B or whatnot. So I don't know what's going on with this movie as far as reviews so far, because on Rotten Tomatoes it has a good review out of like 50 or 60 reviews so far. It's like 78 to 80% say that they like it.
But that doesn't mean anything, though.
Not yet. Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Because sometimes they get it wrong totally.
Absolutely. Now, here's the weird kind of thing that I was seeing. and this is generally for the box office, these same people hate Transformers, and the movies do absolutely well. And I've noticed the problems that they're citing are not that far off from Transformers.
But
But
let
the
me ask you a
things
question. How? I know that you love Kong. I love Kong.
right.
Like Godzilla's our thing.
Yeah,
but,
not as much as Godzilla, but yeah.
Right. But how do you objectively watch these things without getting completely spoiled? I mean, do you turn it off or you know everything there is to know about this movie inside and out?
No, I don't know everything there is to know. I don't get bothered by spoilers because my logic is you can tell me how something goes in a movie, but I know for a fact that I'm not going to imagine it the way that it is in the movie. So, like, let's say you tell me, oh, in Star Wars Episode 8, Snoke gets up from his chair and he has 3 black lightsabers in his hands.
Right.
I'll imagine it differently than it is on the screen. So spoilers don't bother me. And part of me likes to know things before I go into the movie.
I do too.
Because if I go into a movie and something that sucks happens,
yeah,
I get, like, Iron Man 3 is the perfect example. If somebody would have told me that, the whole Mandarin thing, if they would have told me that before I went to see the movie, I probably would have just been like, okay, here's the twist. I can tell you honestly that I don't know if I've ever been more pissed off in a movie than with that movie.
I went to see it and I'm like, that's his main villain. You just effed up his main villain. And I was like saying to myself, but you can't fix this. You can't fix
exactly.
This. And I was like, but this is a big deal. Like, you can't really fix this. I was just like, oh, and I'm like, and the whole time they're battling this guy, and I'm like, but these guys are like, okay, I'm like old school comic book.
Yeah.
So this is like Johnny Come Latelys, meaning the newer shit compared to the older stuff. And this thing was never, to me, really anything ridiculously big anyway. It's like, or whatever. So, like, you killed the whole object of his main nemesis to showcase these losers. And then I'm like, I don't care about Gwyneth Paltrow being an Iron Man suit. I don't care for having superpowers. These are like Terminators, but like with Iron Man Terminators. And I'm like, oh. I love the movie, don't get me wrong. I kind of overlooked it even though that happened. But then afterwards, you watch enough times, you're like, yeah, that really did suck. And I tried to overlook it. Like, I really tried to overlook it because I was like, and then I remember I'm like, well, where's the budget? He used garden tools to make a fake, like he's going to the house and he's not even an Iron Man. It's like MacGyver. And then I'm like, I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. And I was like, oh. And then I have not watched it. Since.
Yeah, I don't watch it. I can't watch it.
I can't even watch 2 because, like, I just cringe with the villain. I'm like, oh, okay, But okay, we got off topic. But anyway, go back to Kong. I genuinely, it's a type of thing now where a movie comes out and you can't effing go on Facebook until you see this movie. You can't go on Twitter. You can't go on Tumblr. You can't go on Google Plus because people spoil the shit out of everything. Even Stan Lee, even Ryan Reynolds, like everybody. They spoil it. They spoil it. They spoil everything. And it's not fair because I figured, oh, what the hell is the difference? No. So, I got spoiled with the whole, you see Logan?
I haven't seen it yet, but I have a pretty good idea of the whole movie.
I'm not going to tell you that. You probably know. I don't want to spoil it.
I know what happens at the end. It's not
the beginning. You know what happens at the beginning?
From what I've heard, like you're talking about the
spoiled guys.
Are you talking about like the really graphic scene at the beginning, or?
I'm talking about the thing before the thing.
Oh, the Deadpool thing. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But basically, I got spoiled on Facebook. And I was pretty hot about it. I was like really angry about it. Because you know what?
Yeah.
It would have been so much better for me to be surprised with that. But anyway, I still enjoyed it. But I was pissed off, pretty pissed off. I was also pretty pissed off there wasn't really an after credit thing either, because I'm like, where the hell is it? Because I stood. But anyway, not to lose the point, but Kong, we were talking back and forth about. I know you're worried about the. Here's the thing. My thing on this is this, right? And maybe I'm saying this because I saw Logan, but we talked about this many times on the Everything Show. We talked about movie placement.
Oh yeah.
Are they really thinking this through, or are they throwing the dice, or are they having the ego where like my movie's gonna kick your movie's ass? Like grown children that they don't realize they spent hundreds of millions of dollars and people are gonna get fired because this movie tanks. You know what I'm saying? Or people's careers are gonna get destroyed. But you got these big rich billionaires or whatever, and they're in the movie company like this, like haha. And then when the movie comes out at the wrong time and the movie fails, then they're shitting a brick, which makes no sense, because why get yourself to that point? So
I agree.
We said, oh shit, why are they putting Kong out at this time? Why can't they put it in August? Why can't, same thing with the Mummy. What the fuck are you doing? And I don't, you know what, I have to curse, whatever, fuck it. You're putting this fucking movie out a week after Logan, and then a week later it's Beauty and the Beast. Are you out of your fucking mind? Like, basically. I mean, are you fucking a rookie when it comes to, like, releasing shit, or what?
I mean, you know what boggles my mind about that, too? They had Godzilla 2 set for June of 2018, right? Then Gareth Edwards left, and that's when they were like, okay, well, who knows? And then Transformers was like, Transformers 6 is coming out the same week. And they were like, we got to get out of there. Yeah. Because no matter how popular Godzilla is, no matter how well the first one did, that's the Bumblebee spinoff.
Right.
They're going to make $1 billion+ off of that.
Easy.
So why should we come out around there? So they moved it. Why didn't they move Kong? I don't understand. I don't understand. Just because you move the date doesn't mean the movie is bad. It just means, listen.
Let me tell you something. Turtles came out like fucking 8 months. Remember that?
Yes.
8 months later, and it was a success because it came out at the right time. All these fucking movies like G.I. Joe 2, they thought it was going to be a bomb. They waited a whole fucking year. Remember that? And then they released it. It was a fucking blockbuster. Okay? A fucking blockbuster that made so much fucking money. They're talking about 3, but they're holding off on 3 because of The Rock. But shit, it's all about placement. So you release Kong, where it has at least a couple of weeks where nothing's fucking coming out. You put it out in September or whatever, you're in a fucking gold mine, okay? You're in a fucking gold mine. But now you have a problem because your movie is fucked right now.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm pissed because here's the thing. I love Kong. That's my shit, okay? Growing up. Not as much as Godzilla, because Godzilla's king. But shit, you fucked. Who fucked up? Who fucked this up? Who created this date? They've been advertising this fucking movie. Oh, teasers here, this fucking a year, whatever, bullshit thrown out, doing the Monarch shit, doing this, doing that. And for what? It's not going to mean shit. You have, and I did it, I know you saw some of it on my video. They have the fucking Kong posters.
Yeah.
Wrapped around 4 fucking blocks or 3 blocks. I couldn't even get it all, right? I got like one 25% of it. This shit, they got different posters on the other side. And then different posters that way. I still didn't get it all. I have to have time to do it, right? Why? Samuel L. Jackson, Tom Hiddleston, like John Goodman, Brie Larson. What the fuck, man? You got this casting in here. Are you crazy? Like, why would you do this? Here's the thing. You and I disagree with this, though. I think it's still going to be number 1. I know what you're saying with Logan and everything, but I'm going to tell you that people are going to be like, well, it's the new thing of the week, and Logan's there. Logan's there, but it could be number 2 and do phenomenal, but I think Kong is going to be number 1.
Listen. I hope you're right. I hope I can come on because I'm planning on going to see it Thursday.
Right.
I'm hoping I can come on here next week and be like, I was wrong.
Right.
I was absolutely wrong. Kong is through the roof. The problem is, I have a funny feeling that no matter how good this movie is, it's just in a bad spot.
Right.
Because here's the thing. Logan's out right now. It's a good movie. It's doing fantastic.
Well, that's what I want to talk about too.
Yeah.
Next.
We got a week later is Beauty and the Beast. And it's like, of all the things to come out against, what possessed them to stay with this? Do they honestly think, as much as I love monster movies, do they honestly think a monster movie is going to stand any chance against a Disney fairy tale?
Or a Disney superhero. Like, I mean,
right.
Marvel superhero, Wolverine. I mean,
the only monster movie that would ever stand a chance against a movie like Beauty and the Beast would be Godzilla versus Kong.
Right.
Because of the value of people saying, I want to go see Godzilla and Kong fight.
But let me ask you a question. Now, this was decided all, right? If Godzilla versus Kong came out the same exact day as Star Wars Last Jedi, that shit would be destroyed.
Yes.
That shit would be destroyed, spit out, massacred, lowest in history, like embarrassment, bad placement.
Yes.
And that is what we're talking about here with Kong.
Yes.
That is what we're talking about. It's suicide. Now,
it is.
I got to say, and I'm not always right. And, I'm glad I'm not always right, but I was against Logan. The whole concept, everything. Now, I went to see it feeling I was going to hate it. And I loved it. I really liked it. But I still wasn't happy because I'm like, to me, it's like there has to be a purpose. There has to be a direction. There has to be a plan. Okay? And for them to restructure the Wolverine universe with X-Men universe, the Days of Future Past, to reset everything that was wrong and fix everything, and for him to wake up and then 5 years or 6 years later, everybody's dead, like that to me, I am not a fan of bleak, dark, depressing futures. Okay? I mean, I can understand they have stuff like Terminator, that's different, right? But, like, you can't sell that to me. Like, to me, the whole concept of to me, I know the character from the comics. So I'm like, no. And when you see it, you'll know what I'm talking about. You probably know what I'm talking about already.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that can't happen. This is why he was bonded with him. No. So I'm already against whatever's happening because I'm like, that can't happen in the comics. That is not supposed to happen. It's not true. But it's like, and I'm based on that, I'm saying to myself, well, I think Kong has a chance. Because I don't think that, and again, I love the movie, don't get me wrong, but when it comes to Kong, I think that Kong is going to be number one. Now, I still think Logan's going to hurt Kong because I think it's going to be like right underneath it. Where we're going to get a situation where they're not going to be sure who's number one until like the very last minute. And then I'm like, yeah, Kong was number one by 1 million. You know what I'm saying? I think but even so, number two, it's still bad placement. So, but I have a different opinion about next week because we were talking about this a little bit off air, I think, Beauty and Beast. And they did some controversial, supposedly, changes. I guess the director or writer, whatever the hell it was, decided that it was important to do this. And it's backfiring in some sense, where you have a character that's not supposed to be gay in a children's famous Disney cartoon movie, Definitely not gay, whatever, and then making him gay for some type of statement or some type of thing. And if you're going to force feed this down people's throats when they want to take kids to see the movie, with that agenda type. And again, I'm not against the gay and lesbian community, but that should not have been in there, I feel. Okay, now again, I'm not sure what the scene is going to be, but we already have people banning the movie, people coming out, whatever. I don't think it's going to do as well as we predicted it to be, Beauty and the Beast. So in that sense, yeah, it's still going to be number one, or maybe it won't. We don't know how devastating that's going to be, but still Kong's in trouble. Because even the week after what comes out.
Power Rangers.
And we got other stuff too. And we got like Cars and
Ghost in the Shell.
Yeah, like you're done. You're done.
This month, I gotta tell you, I mean, it's this month. The fact that they had now March has become a hot month for movies to come out.
Yeah.
You know, originally it was January, February, March, maybe at the end of April, but those few months.
Well, January was always crap month.
Yeah, it still is.
Like,
but
that was
January,
always
February, March,
always like a underworld month.
Yeah, the movie season didn't really start until late April, early May.
Yes.
Now it's March.
Early.
It's March. You get in March, and you know what's going to happen eventually? It's going to be January, February, all the way through December.
Because you can have so many damn superhero movies.
Right.
You can't put them on top of each other constantly.
The only thing, and someone made a good point, and this is possible. I'm not saying Kong's doomed. I'm not going into that. I'm still excited for it. If I get a good movie out of this, you know, hey. But if Kong follows a similar track, they said that it could, not similar numbers, but it could have the same critical reaction that Jurassic World had. Because the movie's criticisms are almost exactly the same as Jurassic World.
Okay.
I will say this. In every review, to a T, every review, even people who didn't like it, the one thing that they said was perfect throughout this whole movie was the monsters. They said that there was not one bad thing about the creatures, about Kong. They did it right. It looks great. It sounds great. You're going to love the action things. That's fine. They're saying there's other things that are not as great, mainly the two characters. However, in the same breath, I keep hearing that Samuel L. Jackson and John C. Reilly's characters are great.
Yeah, I forgot about John C. Reilly. Yeah.
Right. They said that John C. Reilly's character is the best character in the movie.
Right. Well, I got to tell you, it's Tuesday today, right? And we don't have any news reports on them predicting what Kong's going to do. And usually,
we do have them actually.
We do have that. Where is
that? That was on. I don't remember.
I
which
don't have
site
it on Dark Horizons.
It wasn't on Dark Horizons, but I've seen it on a couple of sites, and it's not good.
Oh,
it's not good.
What do they think it's going to do?
They think it's doing 40 million, and then it's dropping.
What is Logan going to do?
I haven't seen anything for Logan. I haven't really looked at it because it was I think it was the foregone conclusion that Logan was going to do well. I don't know if they knew it was going to do this well, but for now that's domestically. I am still under the impression that overseas Kong is going to do fantastic.
Oh, again, this is like you were saying about the Pacific Rim situation.
Yeah.
All right. Worst case scenario. It does 40 million and then starts to drop off.
Yeah.
We'll get a 75 million domestically, but then we could get a 350, 400 overseas.
I believe so. And if that does happen,
then it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And
it kind of does and it kind of doesn't.
Look what happened with Pacific Rim, though. That's still getting a sequel.
Yes.
And Pacific Rim is generally liked by most people.
See, and that's why people can't judge and make decisions that, this will never get a sequel, this will never happen. Right. You really don't know. Like, basically, an executive could just have an itch and say, yeah, I'm making a sequel to Highlander or something or whatever. You know, or Ghoulies or something stupid. You know, like, I mean, you don't know. And that's the whole point. So, Pacific Rim 2, who would have thought? But you know what? A lot of people like it. You know, so Kong it may just get by where Logan could be, say, number one still, or maybe Logan will have 47 million and Kong will have 40 or whatever.
Possible.
And then Logan could just be the surprise where nothing affects it. Like, it just eats movies alive. Like, when Avengers came out, people were, like, scared. Genuinely scared at that movie. They did not expect. They thought it was going to do great, but they did not expect on that caliber that it was going to do that at all. And they got scared. They started delaying everything. They started pulling movies, everything. So we may have that situation. Now, my thing is, Wolverine's already a success. It's already got into 45.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably going to have 350 easy. 400, I don't know. I mean, we have to see how it does Friday. But it's already done. It's already a success. It could just drop off. You don't need to do anything anymore, Because all Wolverine movies like 300 million, whatever, right? 400. They never go like beyond 500 million or not like that. I don't think. Could be wrong, and I know people are going to call me out on that. Beauty and the Beast. What is it going to do?
I think it's going to do incredible numbers.
Like 90 million?
I opening week, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised.
That's not going to affect it, that little nonsense thing going on. That's just going to be, people don't even care about that.
I don't think it's going to get past the opening night, to be honest with you. I think that people are gonna go see it no matter what, because the character in question is not a huge character.
Okay.
I really think it's a small majority of people that have a problem with it, which is a good thing,
I mean, I'm not saying that I'm gonna boycott the movie. I'm gonna go see it.
I'm talking about those people that are like, we're not going to see it.
I just feel that it's, my whole thing is this, and again, it could be controversial, but is it everything forced where you have to have, like we see Penny Dreadful, they have gay characters, okay. True Blood, gay characters. Supergirl, gay characters. Everything, I mean, does everything have to have a gay and lesbian? I'm just starting to question things like, is there a need, like, for every single thing to have that? Or is it a thing to just keep doing it so it's so normal that people don't care? Yeah, or is it something else entirely? But again, people will see that as you're trying to force. It's like the kid that won't eat the spinach and you're shoving it in his mouth. Now, after you shove it in his mouth, will he eat spinach or will he never eat spinach ever again? Will you make it worse? And that's my thing. It's just, I think that it's going to make it worse before it makes it better. People are going to get pissed with stuff. They're already changing a rating now, where they're talking about, I mean, what is it? Internet Movie Database has rated F for feminism.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm like, are you kidding? Like, now with this stuff, they made Frozen rated F feminism or something. Like, they're going to start recategorizing things. I don't like labels, so I don't think that's a good idea. But, again, we have Power Rangers, which my son Joe thinks is going to do very well. I think it's going to do phenomenally well, too.
I do. You want to know why? Because I think that people have caught on to what they're doing with this movie.
I think that it's going to do so good they're going to announce a sequel in 3 days after the movie's out.
I think they've already got plans for a sequel. If what I read about this movie is true, they've got plans for a trilogy. I'm telling you.
Okay.
I'm telling you.
And I know we weren't doing everything shows for a while because my laptop here and there. And there's a lot of stuff I want to cover. So, you want to say anything else about Kong?
Generally, the reason that I'm so worried about not really worried, but like the reason that I'm focusing so much on what Kong does has to do with the fact that we've got 2 more movies.
Oh yeah.
That people want coming out, and I'm going to be honest with you. I do not trust this company that bought Legendary.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I do not trust them because you want to know why? And I really hate to say it. I have a funny feeling that they are not above saying one of these movies isn't happening anymore.
Well, see, you know what? It's funny you should say that, but I was just having a conversation before. And I was saying to myself, if Kong bombs, who's to say that people are going to say, oh, he's not a draw. We can't have Godzilla fight him. And then that whole movie's like out the window and replaced by something else with Godzilla versus. I mean, it could happen, Chris.
It could. I know. You're being generous there. You know what I've been thinking the whole time? You know what's been flashing in my head? Like the red light has been flashing in my head the whole time. Rings. No Friday the 13th. And I'm thinking here like Kong fails. They don't even go into production with Godzilla King of Monsters. They cancel Godzilla versus Kong. Godzilla King of the Monsters falls into production hell and then eventually gets canceled.
No. I don't see that as this. I'll tell you why.
I'm saying that's the worst case scenario. I don't think that's going to happen.
I see this as a Prometheus situation. And I'll explain.
Yeah.
Remember the situation where Prometheus is not going to be alien. It's not going to have aliens. It's going to have different aliens that are not even like anything remotely like these xenomorphs. And we're going to go into a different area. I'm doing my own universe, my own thing, creating something new that you'll love just as much as aliens and the xenomorphs. I'm going to have Paradise Lost. I'm going to have this. I'm going to have 3 different Prometheus. And then all of a sudden, that was gone. Mm-hmm. That was wiped. And now we have the definitive alien movie prequels, which I guess they're prequels, because that's what they are, I think. And this is what we're going to have now.
You know, it's funny.
Or soft reboots. Or
it's
whatever.
Funny that you said that, too, because there's something about Prometheus we should talk about later on. But
okay, yeah. We'll do another cast. Mm-hmm. But, you know, and God, please tell me I didn't lose my train of thought. Okay, so anyway, so then Kong bombs. Worst case scenario. Movie executive. Oh, he's not fighting Kong. Oh, hell no.
Yep.
We're not doing it. But it's not going to be where it's scrapped. They're just going to do a Prometheus. It's going to be Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like, oh shit, there's the fucking aliens, the ape people, or the cockroach people, whatever the fuck. And there's, oh shit, there's Gigon, fucking Mechagodzilla, alien fucking monsters. What the fuck? Destroyer monsters, Monster Zero, whatever the fuck's going to happen. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean...
Guaranteed. Kong will be scrapped. I'm telling you, they're going to say this movie didn't even fucking make $100 million. And then they're like, I don't give a fuck that it made $200 million overseas. We're not doing it. Because whatever. And then it's going to be like, oh, shit. So Kong will be buried for like 20 years. They won't do shit with it. Even though it's public domain and I guess people could just fucking do it. Like Night of the Living Dead movies. Done. It will be fucking done. For a decade or two. So I'm scared. I'm scared about that because I've been dying. I've talked about this movie since I freaking started doing videos. I had a prediction. Remember that?
Yes.
2012 or 2000. I says, it's going to happen. King Kong vs. Godzilla 2. 2020, I saw a vision. I'm like, this is what I see. This is going to happen. And it has to happen. Has to freaking happen. So go out and freaking see Kong. Forget about Logan for now. Anyway. Oh, God, you're killing me, Kong. Killing me. God. How long is Kong? How long is the movie?
2 hours.
Me. Okay. I have faith. When I have faith, I have to have faith.
I think it's. I honestly think it's going to be a good film. I do. I'm telling you, I've got the red lights going off. Like,
yeah.
This is a problem, you know, and there might be a blessing in disguise here, because friggin' Lion King comes out a week after Godzilla King of the Monsters.
That's some shit right there.
They better friggin' move that.
Move that shit. No way. It's, oh my God. All right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Talking about Kong. I want to do a whole everything show on aliens. Or aliens and something else. Because I really want to talk about, I think you know what I'm talking about. All right? So, Ridley Scott. So, all right. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, everybody. Stay tuned for another one. Take care. Bye for now.